thing about PC. Don't want to know. But Mac, you're good with me. I can help you with anything if you get stuck, and anything else too. I've been on a spiritual path for 26 years now, so I'm not going to say I've seen and done it all, but I kind of have. So, I love exploring that stuff. I could do it all day, every day. So anybody that wants to explore anything or chat about anything, also, I'm around, and that's my favorite part. So
beautiful, beautiful. Like, thanks. And as we grow, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be affecting our community, our community of eternalization. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to record this. Oh my goodness! The first three are done, and
I'm glad I got past that.
I wanted to record this. I was so excited, and I forgot to hit the record button. So Sophia, you're going to be number one on the record button here. So I'm going to start the recording right now, and I'll have a slight introduction. And Sophia, you'll be on top. Okay, here we go.
Recording in progress.
Okay, there's the recording. We're now live. So thank you very much for Cynthia, Beth, and Ike for introducing yourselves. Unfortunately, I was a little late to the switch here. I didn't get a chance to hit that recording button. But this is such an incredible time for me because we as a community of eternalization specialists and spiritual mindset coaching are coming together for the very first time as a whole. And so we're not just isolated out there on our own, but we're now coming together as a whole. And I'm expecting up to 30 people here tonight. And you know, what that means is that our community will be 30 times stronger as a result of that, as we come together as a group. And so in saying that, Sophia, you're next. Welcome. You're coming to us from Florida, aren't you?
Yes, my name is Zofia. You can call me Fee. It's a short way. I live in sunny Florida for 3 years already. I've been living in Seattle. Then I moved to New York. Then I moved finally to Florida, and I found it's a beautiful place and very charming. I have experience as a wellness coach. I was guiding people how to restore eyesight and hearing and other senses. And yes, and I'm very excited to be here. And tomorrow is my first day. My first appointment is booked. And
All right. All right. Congratulations. Well, we got to hear about that, Sophia. Good. Now, and I'm going to get into a little bit about the mindset place where we have to be in the flow that is just going to naturally come to you. And I think everybody can confirm what I'm about to say here, Sophia, Fee. But when you have that appointment, that first appointment, there's absolutely nothing for anything to be trained, because as those words come through, you're the first student that you're going to have there, the words will come through you as well to affect that timelessness stream of consciousness that this is meant to connect. And the reason why that flow works is that everything is timelessness. And that's what we're doing now. We're moving time into timelessness, and it starts one layer at a time with everybody. And Fee, you're going to be experiencing it for the first time tomorrow. But I just want to say to you, just be. That's the key. Just be and allow those words to naturally come. And I think everybody can affirm this, that those words are just naturally there, aren't they? It's just amazing how those words are just naturally there. So I'm looking forward to hearing about it, Fee. Beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have another Floridian on deck. Up in the panhandle of Florida, we have Volda. Welcome, Volda.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. I feel as if I know everyone here, and I was telling JC that I didn't join you. You guys joined me.
Absolutely.
Because I've always been spiritual. I've always felt like the odd one out at school, at home, everywhere. And when Beth and I met, it was like I met my older sister. And we had this wonderful conversation, and it was an immediate yes. Everything felt right. Everything had lined up. And one of something that she said to me really stayed with me when she mentioned about the fact that we need to raise the Christ consciousness to help everyone on this planet. I'm on board. And so I'm sorry this is so short, but I'm enjoying meeting everyone here.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you very much for sharing. And Vola, as we progress tonight, and I don't want to keep anybody too long, but there's a couple things I want to share with everybody. And as I share them with you, I want you to understand the perspective of and way of which they're going to be shared. As I train, as I teach, I never like to spoon feed. Okay, and what I mean by that is as I like you and everybody else to learn it and feel it and know it yourself. And so what I'm going to be sharing with you when we're done with the introductions is just revealing everything to you from a top-down perspective. Everyone knows my story. Everybody knows that I am the age I am, kinda. It's kind of like 3 minutes that's carved out of my life that I wasn't here, right? But and during those 3 minutes, I went into the eternity, the timeless essence that everything is, and so that's the perspective tonight that I want to start to reveal to you and to give you a little bit about a feel of what that is, because what we're doing, I'm going to tell you, is absolutely significant. It's absolutely significant, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that tonight. But before I do that, I want to now turn to Elisa. Elisa, are you there? I see that you're there. I see that your volume's off. There she is. She's coming on. Elisa's in Louisiana.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. Yes, I am in Louisiana, and just like I forgot her name, the other one that's in Florida. I've lived in so many different states as well, and for some reason, I just always be glad to come back to Louisiana. I love it here. Since I joined, I'm not even gonna say I joined. Since I got into alignment. It's just I knew from the beginning when I started in February, it just was like this is the path I'm on, this is the path I have to take. It's already in alignment on everything I do. And what else I do besides the mindset and the peaking is I have a wellness business. I do teach. I'm a self-love coach as well. I do spiritual work where I am doing Reiki sessions, yoga, meditations. And when I came across this, it just was like, this is just an addition. And I just love every moment of it. I would not give it up for nothing, because it's like I already know that this is my calling and what I'm supposed to be doing. So I have to follow the assignment. I have to do what I'm called and led to do, and this is it. So I thank you all. Especially Cynthia, JC. I have not met anyone else, but yes, I thank you all. For sure. Thank y'all.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, and welcome, Elisa. And next we have Zoom user Nancy in San Diego.
Hello.
Nancy, welcome.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can.
Oh, perfect. So I am also from San Diego, and I found this by chance. I saw that ad, and it was something that I had in mind for a while to participate with some sort of church or meditation. And so I was curious, and I've been doing my peakings for 4 or 5 months now, and I've just been amazed, just really amazed with the timelessness and all of that. So being a coach is just the next step, and I'm going to be starting in 2 weeks, or I guess maybe like in another week, with my own coaches, and so I'm getting ready for that. And I have years and years of practice working with patients as an acupuncturist. So this is really exciting, though. I get to take people within, whereas normally I'm just putting needles in people, which maybe they don't like so much. So this is going to be really nice because people are going to be, it's warm and fuzzy, and they're going to be happy, and they're going to go on a little journey and be quite surprised, and as I was, and I'm really excited about it. And I think JC's brought something to this world that could be a 100th monkey thing, and I'm excited to be a part of that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Nancy. We're glad you're here. Now I've just got to go to the side here and see who's next. Carmen. Carmen is up next. Carmen is in Los Angeles. Welcome, Carmen.
Hi everyone, my name is Carmen. I am new to the community. I am based out of Los Angeles, California. I have a background in event planning, so I love connecting with people. I'm looking forward to seeing how I can plant that seed and allow others to grow as well into the eternalization model, because it's something that is very nurturing, and it's very much needed. Excellent. Thank you very much, and welcome aboard, Carmen. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Excellent. Next is another San Diegoan, if that's even a word. Anel. Anel is up next.
Hi guys, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm actually closer to Orange County. I'm a little bit up north. So I'm in the middle of LA and San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm just really happy to be here. I definitely felt this divine calling to be here, and my experience with peaking was just absolutely wonderful. But I'm also fairly new, and really just going through the process and allowing this, and I'm really intrigued by this mission. And I think what calls me to be here the most is this awakening that's happening on a mass scale and doing something about it. And so I feel like this being here today is something that really calls my heart, to really contribute and really feel part of this movement that is happening, as we awaken, as we start to enlighten and feel that, awakened consciousness. So the peaking is something that I feel is really necessary for each and every human being right now. So that's something that, I feel very honored that I get to do this, with what my schedule allows, but I feel honored that I can do that I can give that, and become that channel to offer it. And that's, really thanks to JC, thanks to Beth for connecting with me, to you guys. So I really appreciate that and this opportunity. So definitely called here, and I'm really happy to be here.
Beautiful. We're happy to have you here as well, Anel. Welcome. Next, we have our first Hawaiian coming up, Rachel.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachel and I live in Honolulu, Hawaii, and I'm very new. I would say this is my third or fourth week on board, so I'm honored to be here. And so far, the peaking experience, taking other people through, has been, what's the word? I would say transformational for me too. Just it's been extraordinary, and the way that the words just come ready to respond. It's the right mind, the mind, the part of the mind that's love, and it's an experience. Really, is the best way to describe it. So I'm enjoying it, and I'm excited to see other people connect to God too, like right before my very eyes, because I don't really know of many other modalities or opportunities that give us like that front row seat to someone else, sometimes for the very first time in a very long time, if ever, accessing the God within them and then actually vocalizing and verbalizing their experience. So to be able to be a witness to that is it's a gift. So thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Rachel. Next, we have another Hawaiian, Aloha 808, and I'm going to guess that this is Ahava.
Yes. Ahava and Kelly here.
And Kelly.
Surprise,
Hey,
2 for 1.
Kelly.
So, aloha, guys.
Beautiful. First husband and wife team. Beautiful.
Yes.
Excellent. So, who's gonna begin first?
My lovely wife.
Beautiful. Ahava.
So really nice to meet you guys. I met Cynthia before and I thoroughly enjoyed everything. And then we got into a lot of ministry stuff. And then JC came out here and lots of things happened. And we are just so excited. I'm glad he's home, settled in, got his trust open, ready to rock and roll. And we had a really nice visit out here. By the way, JC, good news. We got the
Did you get the property?
Yeah.
Whoa, congratulations, guys.
So we got a retreat place and I'm just seeing it. Like I am seeing so much manifestation. Some of it's been 15 years in the making manifestation, but it's all of a sudden everything is landing and it's just so fun. I feel like a little kid all the time. And I'm so grateful that I've been praying for years and years and years for my marriage. I'm a pastor here, and I've had a ministry of some sort for 22 years since I got here, and it's been different. I've been wanting my husband to join me and do something together, and this is really the perfect fit. And he and JC really bonded, and I'm so excited because it's something we can do from home and retirement and bless people and reach out and just continue to develop deep relationships. So I'm very grateful, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for letting me share. This is my lovely husband, Kelly. I'll turn it so you guys can see him a little better.
Hi, everybody. How are you? How's things?
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. This is the first time I've talked to you since we did the peaking session, JC.
Yeah, that was profound, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite the experience. I would just like to, at first, thank everybody for being here. I didn't want to leave, and so I had. I felt like at the end of it that something was missing, and kind of concerned about it. I've had days to think about it, and what was missing was me from the place that I had just been in, and so I didn't want to leave, but I was told to come back and help people. So typically I don't. I stay on the sidelines or in the background with anything my wife is doing in regards to her ministry. But I got an instruction that I was to come back and help. So that's why I'm here. I'm going to help as much as I can with anything that anyone might need or that comes, before me. And so I'm just glad to be here. And again, I appreciate y'all and look forward to working with everybody.
Beautiful.
Hallelujah.
Thank you very much, Kelly. I want to say that Kelly and I had an experience, a peaking experience, where it went on for about 70-ish minutes, and it was very, very profound. And afterwards, Kelly said, "How long was that? About 3 minutes?"
Yeah, it was there and back again.
It was very profound, and that's Kelly. So glad that you're here as well.
Wow.
Next we see another iPhone.
The dog.
Hello.
She's muted.
Can you turn your volume on, please?
Audio. Okay. You know what, team? My family's texting me.
Oh, okay.
I have to go.
Thank you very much for your time, Cynthia. I am recording this, and I'll be sending it.
Okay.
There we go. There's some volume.
So
Okay.
me?
Yes.
Can you tell
Okay, sorry about that. I wasn't sure. My name is Melody. I'm brand new. I had my peaking maybe a week or so ago, maybe two. I think why I'm here is because of the reason everyone else is, and I bounced around between Hawaii and Sedona, Arizona, and I found this ad in a Sedona ad, and I was looking for some type of awesome job, and this came in, and I just knew that it was the right thing to do. I personally am signed up for hypnotherapy school and life coaching, and eventually I was wanting to, get my, master's in divinity and become a minister. So it's pretty much in alignment
Is that what you get? A minister?
with my plans already. The 144,000, I think that was like, I've always questioned what that was and where it was coming from, and I always knew that I was to help rebuild the earth, whatever that meant.
Hallelujah.
So that's a little bit about me and
Beautiful. Thank
why
you.
I'm here, and I'm very grateful to be here.
Thank you very much for sharing, Melody. That's great. And so I'm just going to go down and I think we got everybody.
Mel.
Okay. Have I forgot someone?
Did we hear Anel? Did we hear from Anel?
Yeah, Anel, we heard from. So beautiful. That's great. Thank you very much, everybody, for sharing. And so this is the beginning of the building of the community of eternalization. And as we have all heard, there's a number of different gifts that we all have. And we'll be able to, as I know, as we grow this, we'll be able to work together as one collective unit, utilizing our gifts over and above everything that it is that peaking, that the Church of Eden, that eternalization is about. But tonight, for the remaining time, what I want to do is I want to share with you, and I'll send you the PDFs of when we're done this, what it is exactly, the magnitude of what it is that we're doing. And as I said earlier on, I like to begin presenting from the top of that funnel, if you like, with the big picture and working down. And I'm going to begin with a paper that I finished some time ago, but I want you to understand the magnitude of what it is that eternalization is, and it's really the priceless panacea of life. Okay, and as revealed to me during my near-death experience, eternalization is the panacea of life that grants immortality, perfect health, and complete healing, ushers in the most profound transformation in human history. Its value transcends medicine, markets, and mortality. It penetrates the very core of existence, redefining philosophy, ethics, spirituality, and civilization itself. And here's the depths of what its value is. Intrinsically, it's the mastery over death and suffering, with the ultimate liberation of eternalizing humanity's ends, ending its deepest fear of death itself. It dissolves the terminal nature of life, aging, and disease. It is complete restoration, complete healing. It eradicates all forms of physical and mental suffering, trauma, and affliction permanently. And I want to tell you why that happens. Is because God is none of that. God is absolutely the perfection of its absolute beauty, its totality of, as I call it, and you're going to see in this article, of euphoria, love, laughter, and abundance. It's a psycho-spiritual rebirth where death no longer is inevitable. Humanity will awaken to a higher understanding of life's meaning, purpose, and divine calling. That's what it is that you guys are all on. That's what's happening here. And as everybody has their peaking experience, it is the evolution of your perception into that deeper and deeper totality of everything that it is. But there's much more to that, including economic and societal transformation. As a result of this, the monetary matrix is going to dissolve itself when the 144,000 come about. And what that's going to mean is there'll be trillions of obsolete industries, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, insurance, and funerals, where tens of trillions will either vanish or be restructured around divine life as the monetary matrix vanishes. There will be endless innovation, as we evolve into that totality of everything that is, there basically isn't any limitation. Ageless lifespans will unleash unmatched waves of wisdom, genius, and creativity, never lost to decline. There will be a global shift in sustainability, as Ahava and Kelly, you guys are on the forefront of in Hawaii with your property there. Eternal life will require divine guidance and technological intervention to balance population and resources, but it's all going to come through God's predestination of what's meant to come forward, as it will. There will be an absolutely spiritual and religious paradigm shift. Prophecies are being fulfilled. Every major religion has pointed to an eternal state free from death and sorrow. Eternalization marks the beginning of that reality, the true second coming in Edenic form. It's the dawn of Edenomics through the Church of Eden. Eternalization will awaken a global spiritual renaissance, a divine economy of consciousness centered on
Hallelujah.
Immortality, Edenic frequency, and God's eternal presence.
Hallelujah, glory.
That's what's going on. As every individual peaking is happening, this is happening more and more on a deeper basis. There will be absolute cosmic implications where humanity's evolutionary leap is about to take place through a divine elevation. Eternalization doesn't merely heal, it transforms. Humanity will cross the threshold into angelic consciousness, fulfilling the prophetic mission of the 144,000 eternalization specialists and reason I survived death. We are all stewards of eternity. With eternal life comes eternal responsibility. Civilization will receive God's divine systems of governance, wisdom, and maturities to safeguard peace, purpose, and eternal harmony. Point number 5, the divine worth of what the panacea of eternalization is. Within our Edenic revelation, eternalization is not medicinal. It is a vibrational consciousness based and divinely coded. It is Eden itself. The panacea is the frequency of God reactivated within the human spirit. It doesn't just prolong life, it aligns it with divine intention. It reveals, not just prevents. Eternal life without Edenic consciousness, it's stagnation. Eternalization only gives rise to true being when animated by God's mindset. It forms eternalization specialists, which is who we all are. And the final thought is that eternalization is the panacea of life. It's beyond price. This is the essence of what life is about. Not because it grants more time, but because it awakens divine time, forever aligned with the eternal frequency of God. In Edenic terms, it is not merely the healing of the body, it is the resurrection of the eternal human into the timelessness that God is. That's what this is about, and that's why you're all here. And so, as this is speaking to you, I hope it's starting to give you an understanding of the magnitude of what it all is. And does anybody have any questions on that? Any comments? How does that resonate with where you're at in your journey of life right now? Does it make sense? Does it?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does, of course. But I wanted to ask one thing. Where do you place, as far as this is concerned, the divine feminine?
That is a very good question, and one that I can best answer through my experience. Okay. God is both male and female.
Yes.
Okay. The male consciousness, the male element of God, as I experienced it during that 3 minutes that I wasn't in time, is the consciousness or great thought that instantly created every thought, every action, every word, every time. Okay. That's kind of like a big supercomputer, right? Yes. But what is it doing? It is creating itself. It is creating itself in physical form. Where? Within the divine feminine. within its female womb. Okay, so as I experienced it during my event, was that God is that great thought, male consciousness, evolving, gestating, conceiving itself within its female womb. Okay, and to give you an idea of the size of that fetus within the female womb, our universe represents one cell or one universe within trillions of parallel universes and parallel cells that make up that multiverse body. Now,
Our universe is one.
that's what I was
Unbelievable.
when I had my experience. I was every thought, every action, every event, everywhere within it. But to me, why I didn't want to come back was what it was. It was that feeling of euphoria, of love, of laughter, and of abundance. Okay, and so, Valda, to answer your question about the divine feminine, it's all one. It's all one of everything that life and energy and the totality of everything that God, and if you look at us of who we are, right? Because without the totality of who we are, we're not whole, right? So every aspect of everything is important to make up the totality of that whole. Does that make sense?
Thank you. And I have to say, you're the first, you're probably the first church to address, quantum universes and timelessness and all of this, which is a part of an aspect of reality.
Oh,
It's the truth.
yeah, absolutely. And I have tried to do, Volda, over these last 30 years is always stay in sync, in touch with that parallel of everything that is, that communication that happens. And what we are doing is exactly what humanity is meant to know right now. Okay, we are no longer meant to evolve our lives through our outside mindset. As I saw during my experience, nothing in life happens by chance. Everything happens the predestined way that it's supposed to. What do I mean by that is this. We all have a mind, and within our minds, it is nothing more than a receiver. In other words, all our minds is doing is receiving and processing energy, receiving and processing frequency. And that has created every thought, every action, every event that has happened right now. But up until now, we've only received and processed that through our outside mindset. We have two mindsets, our inside mindset and our outside mindset. So our outside mindset has delivered everybody to this place where we're at right now. Now, the work that you do as eternalization specialist and what the church is all about is changing the focus of that mindset, changing the focus of that mindset from the outside to the inside. And when we change it to the inside, our mind is no longer receiving that low vibration energy of fear, of chaos from the outside, of this low vibration frequency of I see these walls, I see this ceiling, I see this light, so that's my reality, okay? But it's receiving the frequency from our inside mindset. And what the frequency from our inside mindset is the pure frequency from God, the highest frequency possible where there are no limits. So the simplicity of the work that we are doing is converting everyone's mindset from the outside to the inside. Why? So that can send the frequency, the messaging of everything that God is into our minds, because it's our minds that makes the decision for everybody. Okay? But how does it make that decision? It makes that decision by what it is being fed. Okay? No longer the outside mindset, by the inside mindset. And that's why peaking is so critical, because what's happening when we peak is this. And I want to say that I didn't want to come back from my experience, okay? Because you don't go any higher than when you're that oneness of everything that is, right? And I didn't want to come back, but I had to come back. And I was literally given those words that you are all using when you peak. And those words are very critical, because what they are doing is that they are allowing us to become vulnerable. They are allowing us to be honest with ourselves. And when that happens, the portal into timelessness opens up. So when we do that peaking, the unconscious mind and spirit is transitioning through that portal into timelessness. And those words that are coming back for you, as you are being peaked by your mentor, and for you as you are peaking your students, is directly from God. It's a predestined message that you are meant to have right now. Everyone is meant to have that predestined message. Now, I've done over 20,000 of these over the 30 years that I've been doing this, and no two are ever the same. No two are ever the same. Why? Because we're all different people, and because we're all in different places in life. And so that message that comes through to us, that you as the eternalization specialist is hearing, to sync that aspect of timelessness together, that's predestined to happen as that inner mindset, as that light, to impact our mind, okay, so that we can evolve into the totality of everything that God is. That's what we're doing, and that's how simple it is. And as the frequency of God is now dwelling within our church, it is eternalizing, it is evangelizing through each of us. Just like we've met and started our body of a community of eternalization, it's going to be led by God, right? Yes. It's going to be led by God, who is going to sync Beth and Kelly and Melody and Nancy and Valda in ways that we can't even fathom right now. And that communication is going to happen within everybody. And again, anybody who knows me knows that I live in that realm of timelessness, because that's been everything that's where I live in the last 30 years when I come back. But I want you all to know that in timelessness, what we were doing in time has already happened. Yes. Okay. It's already happened, because time is only a simulation. Okay, time is only a simulation within timelessness, and there's a reason why time exists. And everything that has happened in life is meant to happen exactly the way it has in time. But in timelessness, the end that the divine, that God has in store, has already happened. And what that is this, is that our universe, which is the only dark, it is the only energy that is not that purity of everything that every other parallel universe is. Okay. When the 144,000 people before December 31st, 2031 literally become the totality of everything that God is, that's when this dark force energy, the central banks, the governments, the artificial intelligence, that's when it vanishes. And at that point in time, our universe, that is dark, that is that energy of fear and chaos that has meant to be, that's when it's gone. That's when it's eliminated. Okay. And what is the significance of that? Well, we are eternalizing into the totality of everything that God is, but our universe is also eternalizing and becoming everything that every other parallel universe is. Why? So that when God births itself as its divine child, Jesus, that quantum Jesus, that our universe is only one cell of trillions of cells, when it is birthed, which we all become, that can only happen when God is pure as he is. It cannot happen. The birth of the divine Jesus, of us, of eternalization, of immortality, cannot happen if there's any darkness in the world, which there is right now. So the significance and role of what you are going to be doing, and what the team is going to be doing, and what eternalization is like, is that panacea of life that I just talked about a minute ago. This is, and you're all here because you are all predestined to be here. Every single one of you are here right now because you have been predestined to be here at this moment in time right now to begin the process. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Beautiful. beautiful. And so that's what we're doing, and we're coming together as a team. And so I'm not even going to show you these other articles because I don't like reading anything. I just like the words speaking through me. But when you meet people for the first time, they're going to be coming from, and the amazing thing about what I'm going to say is you will just intuitively know this. They are going to be coming from either that outside mindset place or that inside mindset place. And you will instantly know where they're coming from. You will instantly feel their energy. You will hear those words. You will just automatically be able to put everything into place and know exactly where they're at. And as you're speaking to them, never memorize anything. Just say the words that are coming to you. Because when you say those words that are coming to you, they are the predestined words that whoever it is you're talking to are meant to hear right now. Okay, that's the key to everything. And so when a person is trying to come at this from the outside world, that the way that they've been trained, the way that this has to happen in order for that to happen, in order for this to happen, in order for it to be a success, that is going to produce a zero result. Okay, because that is not God. Okay, when a person comes and is involved in this and feels it and was one with God, the words will just naturally come. And that's when God is going to open everything up. And I know there are 3 or 4 people who are here with us. Some of us not here tonight, but they've got their first four coaches within 2 or 3 weeks, right? And there are some that have 6 or 7 or 8 coaches that they're working on. And there may be others that only have 1 or 2 or having appointments that are canceling or appointments that are not showing up. And everything that's going to happen is predestined to happen the way it will. And I want everybody to really feel and understand what it is that I'm saying right now. The key to it all is to be in the inside mindset. Just to have that relationship with whoever it is you're looking through that little green dot at. Okay, you have a relationship with them and allow them to feel you. Allow them to feel God through you. Allow them to hear God through you and allow them to experience God through you. That's what it's all about. It's not about anything the mind has ever learned or has ever been trained to do, because everything that we are doing is beyond anything and everything that has ever happened, including the aspect of how this program works, right? And so that's what it's all about from a top down funnel perspective. The very top of it is us just knowing, us just feeling, and us just having those words just flow naturally out of us. That's the total key right there. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, that's good. Well,
Yes.
anybody who knows me knows that I can talk about this all night and be awake at 6 a.m. tomorrow. But I don't want to take too much of your time, more of your time tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here. But one thing that I want to announce tonight is that I want to have regular weekly meetings for us as a team, as a body, to grow in us as a unit, as eternalization specialists, to perfect the craft of God working through us, because every one of us is going to be talking to people. Every one of us is going to have a different experience with people. Every one of us is going to have a different experience ourselves when you do the peaking, right? But when we all come together as a group on a weekly basis, as we're learning more, as questions are being answered, as questions are coming up, and as questions are being answered, it's us evolving more and more into the totality of God. And I was hoping that Mondays would be a good night for that. Okay, is that a night that would work or wouldn't work for some?
It's fine for me.
Well,
Ananda.
Okay. Okay, great. So
can I share real quick?
as
JC, can I
Can
real
you
quick?
stop sharing so we can see you better, please, JC? If you stop sharing, we can see you better. I would like.
Oh, I'm still sharing. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
And then I just want to.
Can I make this?
We want to see everyone. Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, I forgot I had that on. Okay, so
Can I make a suggestion?
please.
So I would like to have maybe a WhatsApp group, and then people can just chime in and help one another, freely through a WhatsApp group. I have another group of people that I kind of do this work with. It's very similar but different, and we have a WhatsApp group, and people just kind of like make comments and helpful suggestions, and then we can connect. So if I need to talk to Ike for computer stuff, I know how to find him, and if I resonate with Beth's, comments, I can elaborate on what that looks like. So I would just like to invite us to maybe have a WhatsApp group. It could get a little messy, but that's okay. We can figure it out as we go along, but that's what I would like to invite into this experience. So then not only are we meeting once a week and we're having this one-on-one, but then we can also kind of like learn and connect to each other individually so that we can start working on those skills that we are developing.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Melody. That's great. That makes a lot of sense. Another thing that is going to be happening as well is that within Sling. Now, I don't know if you've been hooked up, connected yet, Melody, with Sling, which is our program that we have. There is that option as well. Okay. To have that group within Sling, and I know Carmen and myself are meeting with Marlon tomorrow, who's my tech guy in Australia, to kind of go over that. But that's a great suggestion. But yes, the community will be built up, not just this once a week, but now that you guys have had the chance to meet each other, you guys are going to establish your own connections, your own relationships, and always at the forefront of it will be that frequency of God, will be God's frequency leading the whole thing. That's really, really imperative that be done. So beautiful. That's a great suggestion. Thanks, Melody.
Okay.
Beautiful. Excellent. Good.
May I? So
yes, go ahead.
JC, I have somebody that I'm hoping to introduce you to either tonight or tomorrow, but Monday nights actually will not work for Kelly and I. We just made a commitment to...
Well, actually, when Monday were you...
What time Monday? If you're thinking 3 o'clock, that's when she has her weekly ministry service. And I'm going to be bringing a lot of people from her group, which will not come on Monday night. So maybe we could have 2 nights, maybe, or just Monday nights won't work.
I will be Zoom recording.
Okay.
They will be Zoom recorded.
How about is it?
Sorry?
Is it 3 o'clock your time or 3 o'clock?
No, it would be 3 o'clock your time, 6 o'clock Pacific, and 9 o'clock for the East. Yeah. So that for the meetings, that 6 o'clock Pacific is what's going to work for everybody.
Except us. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Maybe
you could do Charlie, and I'll do JC.
Well, I'm going to have a lot of people from Apostle Charlie's group that we're going to be joining our teams. I guarantee you they will, because she's got a global network.
When that time comes.
But anyway,
good,
so
good. Well, Ahava, we'll figure that out. And so for now, let's start next Monday at 6 p.m. and then we can always tweak it, right? We can always tweak it. And I will be recording all of this, right? And good. I appreciate you saying that. Thanks.
Well, I just know she's going to be instrumental, huge in the ministry with you. So we got to.
Well, remember, everything is in higher hands, divine hands. Divine timing is going to happen the predestined way it's meant to, right? Beautiful.
JC, I have a word for you. So I'm tracking on the frequency. In fact, that's my recent studies have been on frequency, and God's song is quite interesting. So we're looking at the frequency of God downloading into us as a receiver in the brain. And then with that, who we're coaching, we want to speak the word that is predestined. And being in line with God's frequency allows us to do that. This is a word they want to hear. So that is called an unction. When you have an unction from the Spirit or the Father and you speak it, then you're in line with the divinity. Looking forward to doing that. And then you too, as well as me, I did not want to come back. And I've had some time to ponder. When at that place, it was so serene and peaceful. And it was something that nobody would want to leave. And then coming back through the journey, I'd put that, further back in the memory. But then in hindsight, or reflecting upon it, and being concerned that I had missed something, or I was missing something, or something was missing, it dawned on me that it was just I am missing being there, and that's what's missing. And then in my frequency studies lately, I've trained my mind's eye to see that the aura colors, red, orange, gold, green, indigo, and then lapis lazuli, and then the quartz, amethyst. And those colors have been pulled up pretty easily in my mind's eye. And then after the peaking, it was as though they had faded. And I was concerned about that. But then I come to this realization, I just wanted to check with you. Being in that space is so immense. It's total. And then I remember being there and you telling me it's inside. It's not outside. It's actually inside. I'm seeing the inside of me. And then I realized, and I come to the conclusion to believe, that is all with us, and it falls in line with becoming one. So we all have that totality within us, and to access it it puts your mind or yourself as a human in a much bigger place. It's much more immense. So it wasn't that I was losing those frequency colors in my mind's eye. It was that there was just much more space for them to be contained in. And
Right.
yeah, so I think within.
One thing I want to say too, Kelly, is it's important for you and everyone to know that whatever experience they've had, that is where you have evolved to. In other words, that's who you now are.
Right.
Okay. Wherever you have gotten to, you are now that.
Right. And to stay that way, to remember that you are that.
But you can instantly get there.
And I was just doing that today, Jay. I was going, wow, I actually know how to do this. And it was like, I wasn't quite getting there because I was still, it's a training thing, I think. I'm pretty sure. But it becomes easier and easier. And that was a profane thing you just said, because I had that discovery today. That it's not something that's going to go away. It's something that
it's who we now are. And as we as a group,
thank you so much.
Are coming together as a group, as we are eternalizing as a group, as we are evolving our personal perception into that totality, as we are evolving others' personal perception into that ability. What we're doing is we're expanding God. Okay, we're expanding the expansiveness through us that God is, that Christ was, right? And that Christ, while he was here, was and still is. It still is.
Yeah.
Still is. It's still alive. He said, we're just got to birth them, right? But it's all one.
That's fascinating. It's my honor to be here with everybody. I appreciate it.
And the third element of God's frequency, which is timeless, is God, Jesus, and Eden. Okay, we all know Eden from a historical point of view of having this tree of knowledge, this tree of good and evil. The good and evil, of course, was where Lucifer was. But when the new Eden comes about, which is the last chapter of the Bible, there's two trees of life, right? And trees of life, and humanity becoming the totality of God and Jesus, which is the river of life. That's in my experience what I was allowed to move up to and see happening. It was kind of like a Moses experience where I was allowed to see the promised land, but I wasn't allowed to go into it. Okay, and that's what we're birthing. That's the immenseness of what this project is. When the 144K comes, the darkness is completed. The fear and chaos is gone, and in time, there's a reason for that. There's a cosmic trial, which I don't have time to get into tonight. That's what's been going on. With the prosecution, Lucifer had.
Yeah. What happened?
Oh, your ad block is.
I know we lost.
Did the Zoom go?